Choking pie or cold pie, a punishment inflicted on any person sleeping in company. It consists in wrapping up cotton in a case or tube of papers, setting it on fire and directing the smoke up the nostrils of the sleeper. See Howes, Cockgrave. Chocolate, to give chocolate without sugar. To reprove, military term. Choice spirit, a faultless, laughing, singing, drunken fellow. Chop, a blow, boxing term. To chop and change, to exchange backwards and forwards. To chop in the canting sense means making, dispatch, or hurrying over any business X. The autem baller will soon quit the hums, and he chops up the whiners. The parson will soon quit the pulpit, for he hurries over the prayers. See autem baller, hums, whiners, chop churches, sermonical dealers in living or other essential titical preferments. Chopping lusty, a chopping boy or girl, a lusty child. Chops, the mouth. I gave him a wherret or a souse across the chops. I gave him a blow over the mouth. See, wherret, chopstick, a fork. Chodder, a sea dish composed of fresh fish, salt, pork, herbs, and sea biscuits laid in different layers and stewed together. To choles, to cheat or trick, or he showls me out fit. Shows is also the term for a game like chuck farthing. Christ cross row, the alphabet in a hornbook called Christ cross row, from having an Irishman observed Christ's crossed prefix before and after the 24 letters. Christening, erasing the name of the true maker from a stolen watch and engraving a fictitious one in its place. Christian pony, a chem. Christian, a tradesman who has faith, I will give credit. Christmas compliments, a cough. Kibbid heels and a snotty nose. Chub, he is a young chub, or a mere chub, i.e. a foolish fellow, easily imposed on, an allusion to a fish of that name, easily taken. Chubby, round-faced, plump. Chuck, my chuck, a term of endearment. Chuck farthing, a parish clerk. Chuckled-headed, a stupid, thick-headed, chuffy, round-faced, chubby. Chum, where was I? Chuffy, round-faced, chubby. Chum, a chamber fellow, particularly at the universities and in prison. Chummage, money paid by the richer sort of prisoners in the Fleet and King's Bench to the poorer for their share of a room when prisons are very full, which is too often the case, particularly on the eve of an insolvent act. 2 or 3 persons are obliged to sleep in a room. A prisoner who can pay for being alone churses 2 poor chums who, for a stipulated price called chummage, give up their share of the room and sleep on the stairs, or as if the term is, rough it. Chunk, among printers, a journeyman who refuses to work for legal wages, the same as the flint among tailors. See flint. Churchwarden, a Sussex name for a shag or cormorant, probably for its veracity. Church work, said of any work that advances slowly. Churchyard cough, a cough that is likely to terminate in death. Churk, the udder. Churl, originally a labourer or husbandman, figuratively a rude, surly, boorish fellow. To put a churl upon a gentleman, to drink malt liquor immediately after having drunk wine. Cinder garbler, a servant maid from her business of sifting the ashes from the cinders, custom house wit. Circumbendibus, a roundabout way or story, he took such a circumbendibus, he took such a circuit. Cit, a citizen of London. City College, Newgate. Civility, money, a reward claimed by bailiffs for executing their office with civility. Civil reception, a house of civil reception. A bawdy house, a nanny house, Clack, a tongue, chiefly applied to women. A simile, drawn from the clack of a watermill. Clack loft, a pulpit, so called by a rattle, a Henley. Clammed, starved. Clan, a family's tribe or brotherhood, a word much used in Scotland. The head of the clan, the chief, an allusion to a story of a Scotchman who, when a very large louse crept down his arm, put him back again, saying he was the head of the clan, and that if injured all the rest would resent it. Clank, a silver tankard cant. Clank napper, a silver tankard stealer. See rum bubber. Clanker, a great lie. Clap, a venereal taint. He went out by Haddam and came round by Clapham home, i.e. went out a wenching and got a clap. Clap on the shoulder, an arrest for debt, whence a bum bailiff is called a shoulder clapper. Clapper, the tongue of a bell, and figuratively a man or a woman. Clapper claw, a scold, to scold or to abuse, to claw off with the tongue. Clapper dogian, a beggar born cunt. claret, French red wine, figuratively blood. I tapped his claret, I broke his head, I made the blood run. Claret-faced, red-faced, clawed off, severely beaten or whipped, also smartly poked or clapped. Clear, very drunk, the cull is clear, let's bite him. The fellow is very drunk, let's cheat him, cunt. Cleaver, one that will cleave, used of a forward or wanton woman. Clean, expert, clever. Amongst the knuckling coves he is reckoned very clean, he is considered very expert as a pickpocket, clerked, soothed, funned, imposed on. The cull will not be clerked, i.e. the fellow will not be imposed on by fair words. Claims, artificial sores made by beggars to excite charity. Click, a blow, a click in the muns, a blow or knock in the face, cunt. To click, to snatch, to click a nab, to snatch a hat, to cunt. Clicker, a salesman's servant, also one who proportions out the different shares of the booty among them. Among thieves, click it, copulation of foxes and fence, used in a canting sense for that of men and women, as the cull and the moor are a click it in the dike, the man and women are copulating the ditch. Climb, to climb the free trees with a ladder to ascend the gallows. Clinch, a pun or quibble. To clinch or to clinch a nail, to confirm an improbable story by another, as a man swore. He drove a 10-penny nail through the moon. A bystander said it was true, for he was on the other side and clinched it. Clink, a place in the borough of Southwark formerly privileged from arrests and inhabited by lawless vagabonds of every denomination, called from the places of their residence clinkers. Also a gow, from the clinking of the prisoners' chains or fetters, he is gone to clink. Clinkers, a kind of small Dutch bricks, also irons worn by prisoners, a crafty fellow. To clip, to hug or embrace, to clip and cling, to clip the coin and diminish the current coin. To clip the king's English, to be unable to speak plain through drunkenness, cloak twitches. Rogues who lurk about the entrances into dark alleys. By-lanes to snatch cloaks from the shoulders of passengers. Clodhopper, a country farmer or ploughman. Clodpate, a dull, heavy booby. Clodpole, the same, close as God's curse. To whore's arse, close as shirt and shit in arse. Close-fisted, cartiverse or stingy. Cloche, a general name given by the mobility to Dutch seamen, being corruption of Clos, the abbreviation of Nicholas, a name very common among the men of that nation. Cloth market, he has just come from the cloth market, i.e. from between the sheets. He has just risen from the bed. Cloud, tobacco under a cloud, and adversity. Clove and cleave or cleft, a term used for a woman who passes for a maid, but is not one. Cloven foot, to spy the cloven foot in any business, to discover some rogatory or something bad in it, a saying that alludes to a piece of vulgar superstition, which is that let the devil transform himself into what shape he will, he cannot hide his cloven foot. To chuck, to shew a propensity for a man, the Moors chucks the wench wants to be doing. Clout, a blow, I'll give you a clout on your jolly knob, I'll give you a blow on your head. It also means a handkerchief. Can't, any pocket handkerchief except a silk one. Clouted shoon, shoes tipped with iron. Clouting lay, picking pockets of handkerchiefs. Clover, to be or live in clover, to live luxuriously. Clover is the most desirable food for cattle. Clows, rogues, cloud, to steal. To cloud, a clout, to steal the handkerchief. The cloud, the law, to steal money. Cunt, clouds, thieves, robbers, and sea. Club, a meeting or association where each man is to spend an equal and stated sum, called his club. Club law, argumentum bacalinum, in which an oakum stick is better plead than an act of parliament. Clump, a lump, clumpish, stupid. Clunch, an awkward, clownish fellow. To clutch the fist, to clench or shut the hand. Clutch-fisted. Covetous, stingy, see close-fisted. Clutches, hands, gripe, power, clutter, a stir, noise or racket, what a confounded clutter here is. Cly, money, also a pocket, he has filled the cly, he has picked a pocket. Cunt, cly the jerk, to be whipped. Cunt, clice the pipe, a nickname for apothecary. Coach wheel, a half-crown piece, is to fore coach wheel, and a crown piece to hind coach wheel. The forewheel of the coach being less than the hind ones. To coach, the fondle or wheedle. To coach, a pair of stockings, to pull down the part soiled into the shoes, so as to give a dirty pair of stockings an appearance of clean ones. Coaxing is also used instead of darning to hide the holes about the ankles. Cob, a Spanish dollar. Cob or cobbing, a punishment used by the seamen for petty offences or irregularities among themselves. It consists in bastinading the offender on the posteriors with a cobbing stick or pipe staff. The number usually inflicted is a dozen at the first stroke. The executioner repeats the word watch, on which all persons present are to take off their hats on pain of like punishment. The last stroke is always given as hard as possible and is called the purse. Ashore, among soldiers where this punishment is sometimes adopted, watch and the purse are not included in the number, but given over and above, or in the vulgar phrase, free gratis for nothing. This piece of discipline is also inflicted in Ireland by the schoolboys on persons coming into school without taking off their hats. It is there called school butter. Cobble, a kind of boat. To cobble, to mend, or patch, likewise to do a thing in a bungling manner. Cobble coulter, a turkey. Cobbler, a mender of shoes, an improver of the understanding of his customers, a translator.